So in order to edit your profile, you're going to use this kind of mini menu, this drop-down navigation on the left-hand side. So we're going to click bronze, and then we're going to click names and contacts. This is the very first field. We're going to let it load for a moment. Okay, you're going to notice that each level has a variety of data that you can add to your profile. So what it's going to do is personalize it and, make sure it goes above and beyond the bare minimum that's available through your 990. So for bronze, all we're looking at here is basic information so that your organization can be found. And don't worry, we're actually going to go section by section and discuss each different piece of information that you're going to need. But in total, it's about a dozen data elements, and it takes about 15 minutes to complete. You have pretty much all this information already on hand. In fact, if you go to your website, all of it's there. So it's pretty easy to transfer over into the bronze seal. Okay, I'm going to get started here. So the very first thing to realize is required fields. So in order to earn a bronze seal, you have to make sure that all of the required fields are filled out. These are marked by this little red asterisk next to each field. So our organization name, GuideStar USA, our EIN, right here. Now you're also going to see there are some optional fields. They do not have a red asterisk, but it might be worth putting. So for example, if your organization is known as something else, an acronym, a phrase, etc., you're going to want to put that so that people can search for you and they can find you each time they look for you. So for example, people know us as GuideStar, not GuideStar USA. So we're going to want to go ahead and put GuideStar. Okay, moving on now. Who is your primary contact? So if someone were to contact you out of the blue, who would you want this email to go to? This could be your executive director, or in our case, it is our very own Miss Jackie Enterline Fekeci, who is on the call with us today. Okay, then we have an optional section. This is who is your fundraising contact. Now, if it's different than your primary contact, you're going to want to specify that. So for example, if someone were to send you a check, who should it go to? In our case, we would want it to go to the lovely Erin DeSandro. All right, addresses. So pretty simple section here. We're just looking for your main mailing address. So you're going to go ahead and put that in, of course. It can only be a United States address here for your main mailing address. If for some reason that is not your physical address, you have the option of adding one. If it's the same, you can just quickly check this little box, same as main address. And in fact, for ours, it is the same. If you have an international address, you can list that as well. And then finally, we have your organization's main phone number and fax number, which I do highly recommend you add, even though it's optional. And if for some reason, you have an international phone number that you need people to call. Okay. Going into founding information. So this is asking, when was your organization founded or dissolved? Now, this first option here, we actually pull straight from the IRS, so you can't edit it. But the two things you can edit are year founded and year of incorporation. You also have the options, ooh, I jumped. Okay, sorry about that. You have the option of uploading a letter of determination or a letter of dissolution if you desire. This is optional, but it is there for you. Okay, donation information, and this is really important, particularly because we're talking about donating through your profile here. We need the legal name of your organization. This is to make sure we don't mix you up, or make sure our partners don't mix you up with any other organization, as well as your EIN and your payment address. So, for example, if your payment address is different than your main address, you're definitely going to want to put that. If it's the same, you can just check this box. And this will help all of our partners route donations accordingly and a lot more efficiently than they have before. All right, leadership and staff. So the very first thing we're looking at here is who leads your organization. We're asking for either your CEO, your president, executive director, perhaps this is the pastor of your church. So we're looking for their first and last name, their title. If you want, you can put their email. We've actually done a general email address, info@guidestar.org, so you can do that as well. And this is fun, it's kind of a new feature. You can add their LinkedIn profile so people can learn more about them through their LinkedIn. And of course, I know this is optional, I highly recommend it. You can also add a short biography. So we're looking at maybe like a paragraph here, just so people can get a little context, because what's going to show on your profile is their name, and that's it. So this would add a little paragraph next to their name so people can learn more about them right as they see their name. Okay, you have an option for a co-leader, so if you have one, you can go ahead and enter that information. We do not, so we have checked this box that we do not have a co-leader. And you can enter in the names and titles of any other staff members at your organization. For us, we put our full leadership team, so all of our senior staff. This is optional, but of course, you can do this if you desire. The more information, the better. Board members. All we really need to see here is who chairs your board. We want their first and last name and the company or organization that they work for. You can also do the term start and end date if you desire. If you have a board co-chair, you can add that as well. And then who is on your board? You can actually list your entire board, which is also really great to see instead of just your chair. All right. Now, I know a lot of you inputted into the poll that you really want to boost how your organization looks on our partner sites like Amazon Smile, on Facebook. So this is a really important section. First of all, logos. Logos are very important because it's a picture, pictures are 1,000 words. So you want to make sure that you have your logo here. And this does get sent to a lot of our partners. You can see here, Google, Amazon Smile, and PayPal are all receiving your logo. One note, you do want to be careful with these requirements here. Take a look at this size. It has to be pretty small, and the resolution does have to be pretty good. So please make sure if you're having an upload error, you have looked at these requirements and you are following them. Okay, if you don't have a logo, it is not the end of the world. We do have an option for you to just click this box and say, nope, my organization does not have a logo. Same here, tagline, slogan, and website. These are extremely important to include, but if you do not have one, you can always click no tagline, no website. Yet again, you definitely want to fill these out because these do go to our partners, and it basically gives your organization context pretty quickly as well as a way to contact you. Okay, in that vein, your mission statement is also very important. So for this, we're just looking for a brief mission statement. We're looking for 1 to 2 sentences at the very most. And this is really what shows up on Amazon Smile, on Facebook. What Jasmine was showing you is this is one of the key pieces of information that shows up. So you definitely want to put this and make sure, of course, that everything's spelled right and it looks good, etc. Programs and maps. So this basically shows what you do day to day. And as you saw on Amazon Smile, it lists the names of each program. So this will help distinguish your organization on our partner site. So if there are a lot of churches in your area and you want to make sure that people are donating to the right church, this is the perfect thing to fill out. So all that we really require here is one program. One program, but we do recommend you do your top 3 to 5 programs. If you have more than that, let's say you've got 20 programs, first of all, good on you. Second of all, we don't need you to list them all. We just need your top 3 to 5, otherwise it kind of gets a bit crazy. So let me quickly show you what that looks like. I'm going to edit one of our programs here so you can see the back end. We're going to look for your program name, a very brief description. We're only looking for about a paragraph, maybe 2, keep them really short, and a target population served. 1 for sure. If you have a second one, you can go ahead and add that as well, and then a budget. Now the budget is optional, but I will admit a lot of funders do like to see this information so they can see exactly how much money is going into each program. Okay, now this is the really fun part. This is a new feature that we just added, but you can now identify the exact geographic areas that your program serves. So we have this new feature where you can select up to 5 areas. This includes counties, cities, states, and then on the international level, countries. Okay. It's a lot, So for example, I'm from San Francisco. I would put San Francisco, California, and then it would pinpoint it. Here you go. I actually have to remove this because this is our own profile, but you would enter that information and then you'd go down here and click add this program. That will save everything that you've completed on this page and make it visible. Now, a quick note on this select up to 5 areas. If you serve more than 5, let's say counties, for example, you want to go with the larger area. So in that case, you would just say city. If you serve more than 5 cities, go ahead and put state, etc. So add this program. That will save all of your information. We're going to scroll through here. You can see we have our top 3 to 5 programs listed with kind of brief paragraphs for each one. Now, going down here, this will always say add a program. So you can keep adding as many as you like, but don't be fooled. This will always be here ready and waiting for you to add a program. Okay, the very last section here is categorization. So taking a look here, keywords. We want to know if someone were to, let's say, Google your organization, what 5 to 6 words would they be typing? That's exactly what we want to see here. So for GuideStar, we have charitable giving, data-driven decisions, nonprofits, transparency, nonprofit sector. Last but not least is the NTEE code. This is a self-reported code, so you get to choose this. You can't choose wrong here, about how to categorize your organization. So we are looking for, first of all, a primary code. It's going to be very general. So ours is philanthropy, volunteerism, and grant making, and then a subcode, which is a little more specific. If you feel like your organization applies to more than just one category, you can choose a second and third code and subcode, respectively. Okay, whew, that is the entire bronze seal. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, I have all this information, I can do this right now, but you can. Just remember, once you've inputted all of this good stuff, you want to click save. Save all of your good work. It's always at the bottom of the web page. You're going to click save. The system's going to thank you. And that saves all of it in our system. But that is not the final step. The final step, each time you're updating your profile, is to go up here to confirm and publish. What we're going to do here is basically confirm you've made all these changes and then publish them to your profile. Now, don't think this is a one and done deal. You can confirm and publish as many times as you need to. So this is what you're going to do. Under program terms, you're going to check off all 3 boxes. You know, I certify this is accurate and up to date. I represent this organization. I accept the terms of use. Now, this is the fun part, and this is how you add your donate button. So if you don't have a donate button, you're only going to have one option here. It's going to be, do you want to receive donations through our partners? You're going to toggle this on to say, you know, toggle it on, so it's blue. Once you earn a bronze seal, you then have the option to add a donate button to your profile. So this is exactly where you're going to find it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come on in here, you're going to click this little button, you're going to toggle it on. So both of these need to be blue, both of these need to say on, and then you'll have a donate button on your profile, which is really great. Last, final step here is you're going to click publish now. It's going to confirm, you know, here you go, this is the exact seal you're going to get. You're going to say yes, publish now.